Mind reading present. 8 heartbreaking signs you're in a negative relationship. So many people are looking for ways to stay in negative relationships without seeing the true impact on them. They try to make things run smoothly, but it's far from healthy. We all strive for that healthy relationship. A relationship in which there is love, respect, loyalty, and common goals. Negative relationships lack these things, and even so, they are so small that they become toxic. Relationships exist to enrich our lives. They are not there to make things harder or make us depressed and anxious. We are especially unwilling to enter into relationships that make us miserable. In this video, we'll give you an overview of all the signs that indicate you're in a negative relationship. But before we do that, do you know what a negative relationship is? What is the negative relationship? Negative relationships can develop over time. It's usually not negative at first. Sometimes, the beginning of a relationship is absolutely perfect, but the satisfaction decreases over time. You can usually attribute negative or positive relationships based on your emotions, usually when one person invests more in the relationship than the other. It creates an imbalance. It doesn't matter how far apart your relationship is. Negative behaviors and emotions can occur at any time. You may not even be able to pinpoint the exact stressor, but it's clear something isn't quite right. That's not to say a relationship shouldn't be negative from the start. Sometimes we ignore the warning signs. Conclusion is, if you can't make things run smoothly and turn them into a healthy environment no matter how hard you try, you have to go ahead and find someone who will make you happy. Healthy relationships are fairly easy to maintain when you're in an environment that makes you feel safe. However, we need to make sure that what you feel and experience is not just a momentary moment, but truly toxic. Otherwise, you may feel like you've made a big mistake by leaving. 8 signs you're in a negative relationship. 1. You feel unappreciated and disrespected. Feeling appreciated by your partner for the things you do is minimal. You feel like he respects you because he can see how much time and effort you're putting into your relationship. However, in a negative relationship, you will never feel valued or respected. It's sad to see a couple where one partner does everything in their power to make the other happy, while the other doesn't lift a finger. At the beginning of the relationship, he may praise your efforts, but as time goes by, he just quits. That's what happens if someone starts underestimating you. Your love affair turns into the most negative experience of your life without any warning. It also means that he won't respect or appreciate your efforts to turn this relationship into a healthy one, no matter how hard you try. If someone doesn't appreciate your efforts or appreciate the fact that you've put in a lot of effort, then he or she shouldn't be a part of your life. There is someone out there who will appreciate every little thing you do and say because they know it comes from love. 2. There is a lot of envy. I believe that even the healthiest relationships contain less jealousy. Sometimes, it's funny to see how much your partner really cares about you. However, excessive jealousy is very detrimental to your mental health. Even if you're talking to a female friend, she always finds a way to oppose you. You are not allowed to keep in touch with a male friend who was already in your life long before you met your partner. Jealousy can take other forms. If you have a healthy relationship with your family, your partner wants you to give all your time and attention to him. She might even be jealous if you had a better job than her because it made her feel inferior. All of these things lead to negative relationships that make your life hell. 3. The relationship is very triggering. Another thing that differentiates negative relationships from healthy relationships is the fact that these relationships trigger you greatly. Your partner knows what to say and do to make you lose your mind. For example, if you've been in an abusive relationship before this one, she'll use it against you to make you feel inferior to her. Will raise his hand, but he won't hit you. This action greatly triggers the victim of abuse. This kind of relationship doesn't help you heal. It makes the wound deep. 4. You feel uncomfortable letting your guard down. In a negative relationship, You'll never feel comfortable enough to let your guard down. You're always on edge because you don't know how to react after you tell him something. The house is always clean because you feel responsible for keeping everything intact. You always make sure that you do something because if you don't, he will get angry and accuse you of being lazy. A negative relationship can make you so afraid of doing the wrong thing that you overthink every action you take, whereas in a happy relationship, you will feel comfortable doing the things you want to do. You'll rest when you want to, and won't feel pressure to always be perfect. 5. One partner seeks control over his partner. A healthy relationship doesn't need one party in control. Both partners have the ability to make their own decisions. Of course, the decision must be made with the partner in mind, but the decision is not controlled by the other party. If your partner tries to control your every move, it will become toxic quickly. Wants you to stop talking to your friends, expects you to make all arrangements for when you can meet your parents, and wants full access to your phone. You feel like he doesn't understand how much stress you're experiencing because you need freedom. It can go to extremes when he even stalks you to see what you're doing. It's unhealthy and definitely doesn't make you happy. 6. Lack of trust. Due to previous trauma, or the fact that you have caught your partner lying many times, there is now a lack of trust. You always need to know where he is, what he's doing, who he's with, and why he's not texting you as quickly as he used to. You don't trust your partner for many reasons, and that's what creates a negative relationship. At first, you may not be like that. You believe it, but over time, the trust is questioned, which is why you exhibit this behavior. 7. You cannot communicate well. Negative relationships are characterized by a lack of effective communication. In a healthy relationship, communication is key to conveying your thoughts and feelings. How can people know what others think if they don't say it? No one can read minds. In a negative environment, you feel uncomfortable voicing your opinion on anything. Your relationship falls into this category if you can't talk face to face, but you'd rather text each other or exchange angry stares. It is very toxic because it makes others go crazy and anxious. One of you is always waiting for the other's shoes to drop. And healthy communication also includes aggressive arguments. Every healthy relationship has its ups and downs, which means it's necessary to disagree in a healthy way. However, yelling, throwing things, or even accusing each other is not productive. 8. Your relationship has a codependent dynamic. A healthy relationship is one in which both partners can rely on each other. Of course, there will come a time when one of you will take control of a particular situation, and the other can fully count on it. However, in a negative relationship, one partner is very dependent on the other partner. For example, your spouse isn't working, and he expects you to pay all his bills, or your emotions are very unstable, and you depend entirely on your partner to regulate your emotions. I know that relationships are not always 50-50. Sometimes, when you're going through a really hard day, and you've only got 20% to give, you need your partner to give 80% into the relationship. Nonetheless, you are very willing and able to give more of yourself to the relationship on its bad days. Codependency is when one partner is completely dependent on their partner to push the relationship forward, maintain it, and provide stability. It's selfish. And a healthy relationship won't work out like this. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.